All right, hello there. Welcome back. So we're going to cover fully qualified domain name, FQDN. Let's dig in. So if you had to make one statement about the digital age, everyone would agree on, it's going to be that there are too many acronyms to remember, right? HTTPS, URL, SEO, TLD, ICANN, DNS. The list, of course, goes on and on and on. But now you can happily add FQDN. This is short for fully qualified domain name. And yes, this goes into that ever-expanding list in your head. An FQDN is a complete address for a website, computer, server, or any similar entity that exists out there on the internet. An FQDN consists of 3 labels, including the host name, the second-level domain name, and the top-level domain name. That's that TLD. And they are each separated by a period, ending with a trailing period. So I'll show you an example of what an FQDN looks like. www.udemy.com. So in this example, the www is the host name. Udemy is the second-level domain, and com is the TLD, right? So each label is separated by a period, and the final period is what we refer to as the trailing period. The one element that might just look out of place is that trailing period. So usually when you look at a website address, you don't see that period at the end. However, if you included a period when you entered an FQDN on your website browser, it's still going to resolve to the same page as the one that you land on, even if you didn't include that trailing period. Yeah, you thought I was playing games. Trailing periods, though, are required by Domain Name System Protocol. That's the DNS protocol, because they indicate the end of the address. Yeah, so thankfully, most internet browsers and relevant software include trailing periods automatically for end users who don't have the energy to worry about what the purpose they serve or why they're even there, if they have to be. So then what's a partially qualified domain name? Yeah, you might have seen PQDN, a partially qualified domain name, because it's actually very similar to an FQDN that's used to indicate the address of a website. See, the difference is that PQDNs refer to 1 or 2 labels from an FQDN, including either the host name or the domain name. The trailing period, again, is typically left off. So going back to our previous example, a PQDN can be the following: udemy.com. So if you write the example of the FQDN and the PQDN on your browser, www.udemy.com and udemy.com respectively, you'll notice that both the addresses go to the same landing page. Well, that's because website developers have configured our DNS to redirect visitors of either address to land on https://www.udemy.com/, which is the Uniform Resource Locator, URL, for our website's homepage. So creating redirects like these is common practice among website developers and automatically configured in most modern website builders. So you see, PQDNs are not actually required for hosting websites, but they make it a whole lot easier for website visitors to find you. Additionally, most users expect them, even if they don't know what they are or understand how they work. But that's okay, because FQDNs indicate unique addresses on the internet, making them essential to the online experience. Okay, you know that. But another way to think about it is, if you don't have an FQDN, you don't have a website people can access. They're also required for installing SSL certificates, which is yet another feature expected from most websites. Now, aside from websites, FQDNs are useful when you want to have a computer be discoverable on an internet network, such as when you want to access a computer remotely. So it's fairly common in office environments, especially these days, because it's going to make it easier to track the activity on that computer. So an FQDN for your computer makes it possible to be identified on the internet. And lastly, FQDNs help you access domain services such as file transfer protocol, known as FTP, and email. So, for example, if you wanted to connect a domain name email to an email app on your phone manually, you'd also have to know that FQDN for the mail server, which might look something like mail.yourdomainname.com. So we'll run through a quick summary of some examples of FQDNs that we've provided up until now. www.udemy.com, mail.yourdomainname.com, ftpyourdomainname.com. But you got to note each label: host name, second-level domain, and top-level domain, or TLD, each separated by a period ending with a trailing period. Also, note how the host name for each also provides a hint to its application, okay? Such as www for access to a website on the World Wide Web, mail for access to an email server, and FTP for access to file transfer protocol. The host name of an FQDN for a personal or work computer will typically be the name of your computer, and the domain will be whatever has been assigned for the network. All right, so there you go. That might be a little easy for you, but I thought I'd give you a little breather. We'll wrap it up now because we have fully learned the fully qualified domain name, or FQDN. Bravo, bravo. Good work up until now. There's always more to learn. Catch you in the next video.